and a playground for everyone.
Look at this is England, this is fantastic. You couldn't buy this in a million years.
The person in charge of this, by tradition, is the ranger of the Great Park. The present one has held this position for more than 50 years, longer than anyone in history. But the Duke of Edinburgh has never previously given an interview while on his rounds.
He's taking yet another picture of me getting out of the car. Done absolutely persistently every time.
Out in the home park, the castle's back garden, the ranger's thoughts turn to sport. Once an avid cricketer and polo player, he has taken up carriage driving in later life.
I was president of the International Equestrian Federation back in the 60s and 70s, and it was just at the time that I was giving up polo. And so when I was looking around what else to do, I thought I might as well have a go at this driving business, as if we had horses and carriages and things in London.
At 83, he's looking forward to the Royal Windsor Horse Show.
This is the proposed site for next year's Windsor Horse Show in this field here.
The Duke is president of the show. It's grown so large that he's moving it to a bigger site.
This will all be the new area of the new show?
No, on that side there, the far end of that, we're so good doing it that way with the pub anyway. One of the problems when they try and do the Christmas broadcast here is they have to do it in little sort of 30-second slots.
You must get used to it.
Well, you don't really. It's too bloody rapid.
The Windsor Horse Show is now a major international equestrian fixture. On the Like the canons of St. George's, the ranger of the Great Park has difficult decisions to make about his own patch. His regular attempts to replenish Windsor's tree population are not always popular.
When Queen Anne's Ride was damaged by wind and one thing or another, I came to the conclusion that the only thing for it was to replant it. Well, we were taking some of them down, and whereupon the tree huggers from Newbury bypass, they descended on us some time ago and made the most appalling fuss, to the extent that it's been almost impossible to take down dead trees or even to remove dead branches.
The Duke is always full of ideas for the park, even if some schemes have proved a little too ambitious.
That great tank there is the remains of an attempt to have a biogas plant. We thought we'd try and put all the manure in from these two farms, and then it went through a digester, and it comes out as sort of fertilizer and produces some gas as well. Unfortunately, while they were doing something to it, the digester blew up, so we had to get rid of it. It's quite difficult to get it right.
He shares his love of innovation with a previous ranger, also married to a queen, Albert, Victoria's Prince Consort.
This is the Prince Consort's farm and was designed by him, and is a dairy farm. We got about 200 Jersey cattle in here. And the Shaw Farm is the one further up, which is Ayrshire cattle. The
The ranger arrives at an old airfield in a far corner of Windsor Great Park. This was a base during the Second World War, and later on, the Duke had flying lessons here. After the planes left, he came up with another of his plans.
Thought it might be an idea to start a polo club here somewhere, and we hit on this place. And then we got the head groundsman at Eton College to advise us on how to convert this sort of heath into a playing field. It's certainly quite popular, but now the standards are so phenomenal, they're even suggesting that this isn't flat enough. I'm not quite sure what they mean by it.
In his day, the Duke was a leading polo player, and Smith's Lawn is now one of the most famous polo arenas in the world.
And when there's a polo tournament going on here, and there's the Windsor Park equestrian club going on here on one weekend. There's probably 1,000 horses on Smith's Lawn.